Good stuff. So welcome along. My name is Diana Wright, and we are collectively Team Live Right with all our individual businesses that are here tonight. We've got Lynn here from Northern Ireland, gives a wave, and then we've got Nicola there from Essex, give us a wave, and we've also got Maggie there from Ayrshire, give us a wave, and then we've got David over there as well, who's in Lanzarote. Don't bother waving, just stay there. That is not a fake background behind there. So we are here tonight just to give you some information on really what's been going on in the 3-day intro to coaching group. It's been a fantastic group this month. We've had lots and lots of interest in this, but we have to sort of cap it on a Sunday night. So there's lots of times where people it can't fit into people's lives. So we try and collate it all together, and that's what this is really about. We've got some questions and stuff that are sort of pending towards the end, but really we're just going to mash it all together, mold it all together, and give you some information on what coaching actually is and how it might fit around like what it is that you might want to do with this business. So I think first and foremost, we're going to go over to Nicola, and she's going to teach us and talk to us a little bit about a coach story, real short and just concise, and it's going to be nice because it's about her.
I can do that. I can talk about me. Hello, everybody. So my name is Nicola. For those of you that don't know me, I live down in Essex with my husband and my 2 children. I've got 2 boys, they're 8 and 10. So my backstory, where I was before, I've always been in the fitness industry. I've got my own training academy, so I teach people to become fitness instructors, group fitness instructors, etc. So I've always been involved in sport, education and fitness. So my journey into what's happened and why I'm sitting here talking to you guys tonight is because I've worked with Kev and Diana through another training provider, and our paths have crossed many years ago. And sort of the middle part, actually a year ago now, I was powerlifting for about 3 years and I'm working for myself. So I had more time on my hands and I was training very hard in the gym, and I just my body wasn't looking like Diana's. That's it. That's pretty much it. Inspo right there. And I was training lots and lots and figured out that my body should look better than it does. So as everybody knows, it's all about nutrition and the stuff that goes in the mouth. Now I cook healthy meals, but I was obviously just not quite there with the portions and saying yes to too many hobnob biscuits. So I came in on Ultimate Portion Fix. I had a chat with Diana and came in on Ultimate Portion Fix because I had all of my exercise sorted because I was still competitive powerlifting. And I started this time last year, but because there's so much information, I think I kind of went lone wolf, and Diana was like, are you sure you're okay? Because you're doing it on your own and there's so much more we can do. I'm like, no, I'm absolutely fine. And it took me up until January where I decided to do a full program, which I started and went in on the work, which is probably one of the toughest programs to even start. But I did that through January and just still played around with the nutrition and dipped my toe a little bit because I was still powerlifting. And I just really adored the athleticism of the program and how it helped me with my gym sessions. It really brought me on actually from a core stability perspective and helped me there. So, and then the products kicked in because I had to have them. So I was drinking my Energize, I was making sure I had my Recover to then go back to the gym in the afternoon to do my regular sessions. So I hit up Ultimate Portion Fix heavy and hard at the early part of this year. And then 10 rounds came along and I was a challenger at this point. So I was getting my own results and doing my own thing. And then 10 rounds came along, and the only opportunity I had to get that right now, because I needed it because it was boxing, and boxing's another part of me. I came in as a coach, as a discount coach, just so I could get 10 rounds early. That was pretty much it. So I wanted that early before anybody else because I want it. So that was the program that everything knitted together for me. I was 100% on my nutrition. That started in February. So I did that 100% in my nutrition. I actually got injured in the gym, but I was able to carry on with my home workouts. So it just shows you, again, a different side of things. So I went literally 100%. Can you guys all still hear me? Because I've got a very unstable connection here in Essex. Okay, cool. So I did 10 rounds and I had the most amazing experience because I indulged myself in Team Live Right. And I was there at the meetings. I was showing up on the Facebook groups, which actually really isn't me, is me now, but really wasn't me at the time. And I kind of felt embraced by everybody and had a big virtual cuddle, and it was super. And all that cheesy stuff that happened to me. So 10 rounds, I got massive results from that. My waist came in, the smoothness on the back of my legs was better. And I've been exercising forever. So that was all part of nutrition and just nailing everything down, which these programs, this whole solution does so well. So that was me. As a coach, as a discount coach. And then because I posted my 10 rounds pictures and I was getting all good, people were asking me what it was that I was doing, and I was still sending them to Diana. So I was sending my people to Diana, and she was like, enough's enough now. You need to start thinking about doing this for yourself. So after about 3, maybe 5 conversations, suddenly my ears were opened to the potential that was in this business. And the only potential was there is because I was sharing what I was doing. It wasn't hard work because it's on social media and I was doing it anyway. So I took the natural path and decided to go, okay. And then lockdown happened. So in May, I think I carried on doing one of the other programs, Live 4, I think it was, and I sort of dipped a toe. And then in May, I said, right, I only had 3 months to get my success starter. And Diana was banging on. I still didn't understand what it was, but she was, you've got to do this, you've got to do this. It opens a can of worms, like the door will be open to you. So I said, okay. So I posted a very sexy picture of me and then they came. The floods came of people that wanted to work with me, and I offered them the opportunity to come and do exactly what I was doing. So in May, I decided to open my coaching business and start helping people, because by this time I was proof, and I was all the proof that I needed to know that this absolutely does work and can work for anybody as long as you dive in. So I had we talk about Success Club and, just inviting our 3 people. I managed to invite, I think, 6 or 7 people in my first 2 months, another 6 or 7 in my 3rd month, and then 12 to 13 people in my 4th month. The new program launched, and I quickly became Emerald because I was told to do that, supported to do that. And then MBF gave me an opportunity. So I'm now Live Right's freshest diamond coach. So I have a team of people underneath me. So I used to be a manager when I was working full time, and now I've kind of gone, okay, I can lead you people to do what I do. So I now have a team underneath me to qualify me as a diamond coach, to help people get results, which is ultimately what it is that I'm doing every day. So I get up, I do my stuff, I share my stuff still every day, and I help my people get their results as well and make sure they're still on track. So I found the plan, which was 10 rounds for me. I shared it on social media. I invited them eventually to come and join me because I knew that it worked. And that's where it happened for me. And is my story. Now, one thing I 100% want to add is the potential is there 100% if you dive straight in. But the one thing I want to kind of leave you with and wrap up, because I appreciate that I can rabbit on about myself. It's my favorite topic. No, I'm joking. Is that the development that I've had by being part of this team is phenomenal. I was always very strong, self-assured in that way, but now it's made me take the steps in this business, in my coaching business and in my academy business, to know that my potential is endless. So, and that's what you're going to be told. Every single day you will be told that. And whether you need to be told it, whether you're ready to hear it, and whether you're ready to act on it, are obviously 3 different things. And it does come in time, but the potential for you to make this something for you is absolutely limitless. And you're in the right team, because top UK team, and you couldn't be in a better place to have your ego boosted, my friends. So if that's kind of, you're liking the idea of having an ego boost and getting a better body and feeling more energetic and sharing what it is that you are doing with your nearest and dearest, then you're absolutely in the right place.
Oh, wow, Nicola, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm never ever tired of hearing coaches' stories, and just like, it is heartwarming. I know you were all just like, oh, it's really nice. And it's literally just exactly as she told it. And I think the ego boost thing is just truths coming from other people who really want you to do well. And if that's an ego stroke, that's great, but it'll always be something that is the truth. And it's just, we don't highlight that in ourselves. And even our nearest and dearest, they love us, but they don't always highlight the bits that maybe other people don't see. So we do that very, very well, because like we're always looking for the good in it, and we're always looking for making sure that when something's done, no matter what it is, if action's taken, then like you know about it, so that you'll do it again, because that's what you want. If it's something like you have like followed your meal plan 100% for the week, and you're a challenger, then that's what you're going to be told that you've done right. And I think that's really important. And like, recognition and that kind of thing that you were talking about was not something that comes every day with a job, like you were saying, Nicola, but in an environment like this and in a team like this, it's just part and parcel, and you become very, very used to it, and it's nice. And then all of a sudden you're doing it out with not just this but other things as well. And I think you hit the nail on the head there when you said it does have a twofold effect on pretty much every area of your life. Even if you decide that you're going to do this as a tiny little part-time thing, it has great effects on the rest of your life. It just makes you a nicer and better person. So thank you for that, Nicola. Lynn, you're going to just, I know it's a big subject, and we've kind of spent 3 days explaining it, but in your view, now Lynn is our only and our first diamond coach from Northern Ireland. So I just wanted to say that, because nobody else has got that title.
So first of all, yeah, I'm the not so fresh diamond. Yeah, I'm Lynn from Northern Ireland. I'm proud to be the first and only diamond coach in Northern Ireland. And Nicola touched on a few of the bits and pieces that concerns being a coach and what a coach is all about. I talk in very simple terms. I'm not saying Nicola doesn't, but I talk in really, really simple terms. And literally what a coach is to me is it's a guide. And it's to guide other people who are maybe stuck, maybe they need to lose weight, maybe they they want to increase their fitness, it's maybe they've maybe got health problems, or could be just a lack of confidence. There are so many ways that we could actually help different people, and that is what we are there to do. We are there to guide people through nutrition and through exercise, and also through mindset. Because we firmly believe as a coach, we definitely need to be doing personal development every single day. Everybody should be, but definitely as a coach, you should be doing personal development. And literally, we are just going to be, first and foremost, we're proof that the product works. We all 100% believe in what we do. We believe in the product. We believe in the service that we give. And we are all alter. I mean, you've heard us talking live in the group. You've heard us talking live here. I have never been in an organization where I've heard people talk as passionate about what they do as what we do here. And it's not, you can't put something like that on. You can't pretend to be passionate about something if you're not actually passionate about it. And we are so passionate about what we do. We are helping hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people every single day with regards to their fitness, with regards to nutrition, with regards to their mindset. And that is what we love doing. We get people results. People can go to the gym, and we lots of people that I see, and I know that the other coaches see, maybe are going to the gyms, or maybe even with personal trainers. But what they get from us is the total solution. They literally do get the full package with us. I mean, we do the nutrition, we do the exercise, but we do the mindset. Because I know from my own point of view with my different clients, it blows me away daily about how many people struggle. And it's not just because of the coronavirus at the minute, though that hasn't helped things, but there's so many people that are struggling out there. I work mainly with women, and with women and their lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem. And I was one of those women. So I can completely understand them, and I can really identify with them. And just making sure that they eat healthily and they eat a balanced nutrition and that they exercise and they improve their body shape, oh my word, the change that of a person's confidence, the change of their self-esteem, that to me is what makes my job. I mean, I just love my job because I just love seeing the change of confidence. I don't really care about the scale. The scale isn't important to me. The measurements aren't important to me. Yes, you want to look good in your clothes. And obviously I always tell people that throw out the scales, go by your jeans. If you put on a pair of jeans and you feel good in a pair of jeans, you're doing great. But it's the mindset, and it's making sure that you feel the best that you possibly can do. And that's what we are about. And that's what we're helping people. And all you have to do is talk to people. It's not difficult. You don't have to have some magic wand and go abracadabra, you're going to lose your weight. You literally just talk to them. You find out from them what they want, what they need. Just be a good listener. You really don't need to talk all that much. You just need to ask the right questions, and we can guide you, because that's one thing. Nicola touched on it earlier. We have an amazing community here, and it literally is, it's not even a community, it's a family. And we help each other out day in, day out. We lift the phone, we do Zoom calls. If it wasn't for coronavirus, we would be literally meeting up with people and having events and whatever. And we are such a tight-knit community, and we just welcome everybody in. We want as many people in here to do what we're doing, to help as many people as we can help, and have a blast while we're doing it. And to me, that's what coaching's all about. Just to have a blast and help people.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And your passion always shines through, Lynn, and you're right. It's like you can't really disguise that, and you can see it in your eyes. And like every year is slightly different for us as well, isn't it? It's like the first year was getting to know what was going on. The second year was like, wait, what do we do with systems? The third year is like, what do we do with all these people? So like the differences in how it keeps your mind active and allows you to keep on top of new things is pretty incredible as well. But I think you covered like the whole thing with that. Like I know we've got David, and we've got David in here as well. Does anybody want to say anything more about like what coaching is to them even? Because I'm going to go into a little bit of sort of like fixed mindset, growth mindset. But is there anybody, have you got anything to say at all about maybe what your view on it is?
To be fair, personally, I think everything's been covered by the other two. But yeah, I think for the biggest thing for me is the ability to help people. You know, I've worked within gyms for years now, and you know, especially being a class instructor, teaching classes. And I see people that go to 2-3 classes a night, and they go 4 or 5 nights a week, and they've been doing that for years, literally years. And the results that people see off of doing this are so much better. There's like life-changing completely compared to people that are just going to the gym. So that for me is this is something that I can try and help people basically. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, obviously as well as good that you can make money with it, which is good, but
which is important.
Ultimately, we're here. We love helping people. Yeah,
exactly.
And the community is amazing. Yeah.
Exactly. And again, you've hit the nail on the head, because you can't help people unless like you've got the money to be able to put that resource to that. So the money side of it, we've put in like a whole bunch of information in there, but you can literally go into it like with a fine tooth comb. And if you had, for example, a set amount of money that you wanted to earn a week, then we can reverse engineer back what it is that you need to do to make that money. We've got teachers. I know there's a lot of fitness instructors in here tonight, but that's kind of like our fault, because we are like fitness instructors. So what you do is you attract your tribe. So there are a lot of fitness instructors here, but we've also got teachers, we've got police officers, we've got mums, we've got like many different types of people who do this. And what might happen is it might be that like, for example, we've got Megan, who was our full-time primary teacher. She came and she said, look, I want to eventually do coaching full-time, but she had a full-time job with 2 kids and a husband. So she said, right, we said, well, what do we do to pay back the days that you want to take off? So we reverse engineer how much she got paid like a day. And then as soon as she started earning that, then she dropped her days down to 4 days. And then it was like, well, what do you want to do now? Well, I want to drop it down to 3 days. So this is what you need to do. So it can be as strategic as that, or it can be on the other end of it, where you're enjoying the new free stuff first, like Nicola was talking about earlier, with a discount and being part of the community, with a view to maybe being like, maybe in the future. So it's not just all or nothing. I think that's really what I'm sort of saying with it. But what you'll find is when you do open the door to this and the seeds are planted, you look to your cousin, you think that would be great for you, or you look to your mum and go, do you know what, my Portion Fix would be so much better than. So it just, you can't help but try and figure it out. And if you're that type of person that gets excited about solving problems and helping people so they live a better quality of life, then that's what a coach is. Like, just want to make things better. That's literally all we do. We don't need to be a scientist, we don't need to be a nutritionist, we don't need to be a fitness professional, because it's all done. Our job is to point them in the right direction and make sure they keep doing it. Like, that's why we're successful, because it's really simple. If it was complicated, believe me, I wouldn't be doing it, because I believe in that, Kev, because that's not my bag. It's like nice. Brenda's like, I know. So it just needs to be simple, and then know when the firm hand needs to come. That's the other thing. So thanks for that, David. I appreciate that, and I'm so glad it's now dark behind you. We can't see your blue sky. So I'm gonna just go over a couple of things, and we're going to refer to it as sort of fixed mindset and growth mindset, because often when as adults we think about something new, we have maybe had past experiences that have dictated what we do in the future. We might have taken on something that we've not had enough time for, and then regretted it. Like in the future, you might decide to not do that because you think, oh, it was too much for me then, so I need to watch. Or it might be that you decide that you don't have the skills to do a certain thing. So some of the questions that have come in about like why you wouldn't start doing this straight away. Personally, I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't even know why you're not signed up yet. In fact, Brenda's already signed up yet, so I can't actually say that. So, but some of the things that come through is no time. And that's a fixed mindset side. So the no time bit is this. If you have 24 hours in the day, you've got the same amount of time as everybody else, but looking after yourself and getting paid for it, does that not sound pretty cool? When they said it to me, I was like, I quite like that idea. So what I had to do when I thought to myself, I've not really got time for this, because I was doing a lot of other things. I was trying to balance and do other things. What I had to do was I had to look at my priorities and align them with what my goals were. So when Kevin and I decided to take this on, we were like, right, what do we want? So we don't want children, because we've got one that's older, and that was fine, and we've got 3 cats. What did we want? Right, we wanted to travel. Right, so with that, we wanted to do something that was going to have to, so we didn't want a physical building, because if you want to travel, like, that's just going to be a pain. And actually, it's not good now either. So it was quite a good decision. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to decide like what we wanted to do. So we wanted to do something that was going to get us like fit and get paid to be fit, something that's going to allow us to get to travel. And then what I had to decide was, and what we had to decide was, like, well, we have to make time to be able to learn what this business is. Because some people, they come in and go, like, I've not got any time, but I do want this. So it has to be, and we can help you with time management. It is a massive thing when you're in the middle of it, but when someone else sometimes looks at what your day is, and they can actually pick it out and go, what about if you did this, this, and this? And that's what an outside view works really well with. And because we know, like, it's literally on a sheet. If you're someone that likes to follow a sheet, the things that you need to do for this are things like show up for your workout, which should there you go. So Lynn's got it right there. You can actually follow a sheet. So if you have like a 20-minute slot that you decide you're going to get up half an hour earlier in the morning to do a little bit of mindset stuff, do the things that you've learned from your business the day before, and you sit and do them for 20 minutes, that's all it takes to get your business moving. You don't need big, massive time bits of hours. And I understand there's a lot of information going in that group, but we're always in a balance. We're like, what do we say? What do we not say? Like, how much information do you actually want? Because some people just like to go in and jump in, and some people like to know a little bit more behind the scenes. So we've given you some information there, but it doesn't need to take long, because we've actually got a checklist of the stuff that you do. So we're pretty well organized that way. The next thing that comes up quite a lot and is the fixed mindset side is no money. So the idea is that with this, if you're one of the guys that are already in, and I know in fact all of you are, well, most of you are, in already looking after yourself as a participant, someone that really likes the products, that's really starting to get some results from this. They've got a clearer head because their nutrition's better. They're waking up in the morning not feeling fuzzy in the head, but actually getting up and looking forward to doing something that's progressive. Then why would you not be in a position where you can help one or two other people to do the same thing as you? So with that, they are in a position where they would help you, that you would help them, and they would come in with the same thing as you've come in with. So if you've spent the money on it and you think it's worth the while, then they'll do that as well. For you to be in a place where you can help someone else get fitter and healthier, there's very few other things that gives you as much purpose as that. And to be able to be paid for it at the same time, that's awesome. On the other side of that as well, on the fixed mindset side of it, there's a little bit of guilt sometimes, especially in the UK, about making money. And like, I think we're all kind of a little bit like that, maybe on this call, maybe not. But the idea is that if you can get to a place where you understand your value, and that's going to come from like the personal development that you do, that Nicola was talking about earlier on, to make sure that you know what your worth is, you're going to know that you're actually saving people's lives. So the posture that I have with this business now, it is unwavering, because I know that when they come in and they commit to me, they've made a promise to themselves and to me, and I'm not going to let them down. I'm literally going to be there for them. And yes, I do it on a bigger scale, and we all do it on a bigger scale, but your scale has to be your scale. And there's no comparison between what Lynn's doing in Northern Ireland and what David's doing in Lanzarote. We're all kind of pointing everybody in the right direction and getting paid for it and making sure they stay. But essentially, we all do it at a different level. So Lynn's like, she's gone down to, I know, part-time as well. Nicola's got her candidate, all these things that are going on. But you can literally mold this around anything you want to do. So the money side of it, get your head around it. You can make money. There's no glass roof with this. There's obviously an income disclaimer that we always put in, that it's always going to be down to the hard work that you put in. And if you want to make those big goals, we will get you there. Like we are there all the way to take you exact. And it's really quite simple what you need to do. Turn up, drink a shake, invite and follow up and make sure that they do it, and then get them to do the same. It's literally it. Remember I told you it was simple. Other things that have come up, and this is just me kind of like picking out a couple of things that people have said, like that often comes up. This business, I don't have the confidence to do what you do. Don't compare yourself to the next person, because it's the biggest killer of people taking up and fulfilling potential within each and every single one of us. We all do it, but we need to be mindful that you're not comparing, because that's going to kill anything. When we were kids and we were running along, or your kid just got up and started walking, if they fell over, and would you just say, oh, just stay there, just don't bother getting up, stay there, don't try again. So understand that you'll fall and get back up, and you'll fall and get back up, and then you get back up for a little while, and then you'll fall again. But that has to be life, and that has to be you in a place where you're learning, because if you're staying where you are and you feel quite comfortable, you're not going anywhere. And I'm really quite, like, I believe that from the bottom of my heart. And I know that if I'm in a comfortable position, I'm just kind of coasting a bit. And I know when I feel a bit edgy, like, oh, we're doing a webinar tonight, oh, what's happening? It's like, this is a good thing because I'm feeling uneasy about this. So we've always got to kind of, and we'll always guide you to that, but ultimately it'll always be your choice. But the confidence side of it is just as important to grow those biceps as it is to grow the mind. And we will help you so much with that. If it's to get your head round, like social media, for example, we will help you with that. And we'll start from wherever you are, and we'll draw a line in the sand. And if I was to come in and try and do Carpy's job, that's your husband, by the way, if I was to try and do his job, he would not expect me to know what I was doing on the first day. He would teach me a thing or two, I'm sure. And then over time, I don't know what it is that he does. I don't even want to ask because I'm terrified now. But I'm pretty sure that if I picked up the basics and he showed me what he could do, over time I'd get better. This is exactly the same. Like, there's nothing gloriously unicorny anything, apart from we're all very, very like-minded and we can all want to help people. That's the magic. Nothing else. Nothing else. And practicing doing the stuff that makes us feel weird. Another thing that's sort of come up is talking about selling things. Okay, we are all selling things. Teachers are selling to students about making sure that they do their education, they do their homework. That is selling. So whatever we've got in our mind about what selling is, it needs to be adjusted, because what we've got is a solution to people's problems, and you found it. And if you're using it and you're not sharing it, it's a wee bit rude. So what I would suggest is that you sort of change the mindset of it, and rather than having it being like, oh, don't know how to sell things, this is an opportunity for you to be able to make an income for yourself so that you can help more people. More people might just be your husband. More people might just be your sister and your cousin. That might be as much as you want just now. But hey, you go in to help those two people, then all of a sudden they're asking you and you're like, oh, I didn't actually know this a couple of months ago. And then all of a sudden you realize how much you actually do know and what you've taken in, and they're getting results. And all of a sudden you get this tingle, and you're like, and they message you, Brendan, they're like, oh my God, I've lost 2 inches, and oh, I'm so happy. And then you go, oh, I'm so happy too. And it's just the best feeling. It's a purposeful feeling. And I think there's very few other things that are around that give you purpose and you get paid for it. So I've got no qualms in like understanding that you should be getting paid for this, because we do a lot of stuff and not get paid for it. Okay, so I really wanted to put that in. The nutrition side of it, people say, oh, I don't know what's about. You don't need to listen to Autumn's for that. Autumn knows all the stuff. All you need to do is follow it and point to the bit on board that says, open that up and say, do you know what? I don't know it all just now either. Let's do it together. I'm probably not gonna like know it all, but you know what? Nicola knows a lot about the Potion Fix, and do you know what? Lynn's awesome, like with 2B Mindset, because she knows where to, and you're always gonna have these people around you. That's not usual in a UK business or Lanzarote. So like those things will come up, and I wanted to cover them because they do come up quite often. And I think as soon as we sort of hit the sort of fixed mindset stuff with something that's a growth mindset, it helps you to realize that maybe I'm sort of boxing myself in, being like, I can't do this because of that. So just know that the solutions are there, not just for the fitness side of it, but how to grow yourself as well, because there's so much potential. There really is. And I think the last one, and this is the one we just got through tonight, and it was about, I want to wait until I've got my own results. So read the 5-second rule. It's a great book. That's what I would firstly say. And the second one is watch Gary Vee. He is like, if you've not watched him or you're not watching him on Instagram, watch him. He's a great entrepreneur. But what he speaks about is like he wants to own, I think it's the Jets. So he wants to own like an American football club, which is like absolutely crazy out of like this like world to actually do that. But what he's said all along is that he wants to show the process of the steps that he takes and the mistakes that he makes and the falls that he has and all the stuff that's going to take him ultimately to getting his goal, because that's what life is. It's not really about like, ta-da, here I am. Listen, when you've been doing it 3 years like that, then you can do that. Like Lynn, you see her post, she's like that with her guns, like today. But every program that she does shapes her body in a different way. And she's like, oh, this program, I've got some booty going on, and this program's all about the tone of the abs, and like we'll do all that fun stuff just because, like, why not? If you've got it, flaunt it, like Lynn. That's what I say. But waiting until you've got your results, your people who love you, and the first people that will come in will be the people that are your friends and the people that want to do stuff with you. They don't want you to be perfect. They just want you to fall with them and ask questions and lean on them, and then all of a sudden they know a little bit more than you know. Then you think, oh, I need to know a little bit more than they know, and you go on the journey with them. Listen, there isn't an after picture. There's just a progress picture, and there's just a progress program. I never call it before and afters because I don't really think it's a thing. So if you're waiting for the right moment, a bit like this webinar, there isn't one, because what will happen is next month will happen, it'll be like, oh, well, I can't do that because I've got to think about like all the sweeties I'm going to eat for Halloween. And then November's like, well, I can't do that because December's next month now. And it's December, oh, I can't possibly because I'm going to have Christmas there. January, oh, well, just paid for Christmas. And then February, oh no. So you see how we talk ourselves out of it? There's no better time. People need help now more than ever. They are crying out for a decent progressive program, and we have got the best. Listen, if this wasn't the best, I wouldn't be with it because I'm very, very choosy. And I know these girls and boys that are with me are exactly the same. So I think that's kind of what I wanted to cover. I don't know if you guys have got anything else that you wanted to cover before we go to question and answers. No. Did I cover them all?
I just
Would you
want to
believe
say,
me?
if anybody is sort of coming from the confidence side of things, I mean, I am proof about the confidence, because I would not have spoken on a Zoom call to anybody. I would not have stood in front of a class in front of anybody. I wouldn't have done any of those things 3 to 4 years ago. So I am proof that you can actually grow in confidence, and it is through personal development, and it is through the community, the family that we have here. So
I love it.
you know, it's definitely, confidence is something that will grow.
I love it. I remember actually being on a Beachbody Live when it, like back in the day before even Beachbody entered the UK in 2017, and just being absolutely terrified in case someone asked me to speak. I promise you that was me, and I was presenting, so I genuinely get it. But as soon as you've done it, it's actually not great, but it's not as bad as the second time you do it, and you do it again, and when you first come in, you've got the whole of the team there helping you anyway. You don't need to do that stuff until you're ready to do it. So I think that that's a fair point, Lynn. Let me stop recording roundabout.